Hello, welcome to Storytime this week. Anything special going on this week? Is anybody maybe starting school on Thursday or already started school? Or maybe starting next week? Well, I decided to pick some books out today that talk about school and starting school and maybe some different things that happen. And then my last book is just kind of funny. But my first one is Sorry, Grown-ups, You Can't Go to School. And it's by Christina Gist and illustrated by Tim Bowers. So does anybody have their mom, dad, or grandma, grandpa go to school with them? Well, let's see why they can't go to school with them. It seemed like any other school day, but as soon as Lady and her brother Buddy were dressed and eating breakfast at the kitchen table, things started to get a little weird. Looks like he's having some yummy cereal for breakfast. Anybody else enjoy cereal for breakfast? It says Robo Brand on the box. It says, "Good morning," said Mom. "Check out my new backpack. It has 4 zippers and a secret pocket. I'm wearing it to school." "Sorry, Mommy, you can't go to school. Only kids and teachers. Only kids and teachers." Any of you mamas out there got a cool backpack to take to school? It says, "Hey," yelled Dad, "look at my new high tops. I can tie them all by myself. I'm wearing them to school." "Sorry, Daddy, you can't go to school. Only kids and teachers. Only kids and teachers." Just then the doorbell rang. It was Grandma and Grandpa and Bow Wow, and they were all wearing backpacks. "Sorry, grown-ups, you can't go to school. Only kids and teachers. Only kids and teachers." "Ruff, ruff, ruff," barked Bow Wow. "Ruff, ruff, 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 ruff." "Sorry, Bow Wow, you can't go to school." Has anybody else's dog ever tried to go to school with them? Maybe your pet cat or pet bird or hamster, gerbil, whatever. Your fish, maybe? Has anyone's fish ever tried to go to school with them? Only kids and teachers. Only kids and teachers. Is that the only grown-ups allowed at school, or the teachers? Your mom and dad and your grandma and grandpa can't go? Bow Wow can't go? "It's not fair," yelled the grown-ups. "We want to go to morning meeting." Look at little Bow Wow. He's all excited. "We want to play ABC games." Those are fun. Who wouldn't want to play those? "And read stories on the cozy carpet." That's my favorite part, getting to read. Don't know about you, but maybe they should have a break in the workday where you get to go lay on the cozy rug and read. That would be fantastic. "We want to do science experiments." Ooh, that looks like fun. I could do a science experiment. Maybe make lava come out of a volcano or something. It says, "We want to play with our friends at recess." Well, recess, always a good time. "We're sorry," said Lady. "It's just the way it is." "Yeah," said Buddy. "Some things are for you and some things are for us. It's just the way it is." Are those grown-ups sad because they can't go to school? "But you can pick us up at the end of the day, and you can even take us to the playground on the way home." Well, that sounds like fun. They'd still get to play, right? "And we'll tell you all about school at family dinner tonight." Well, that sounds like a fun plan, to tell all about your school day at dinner time. Don't forget tomorrow, we get to go to work with you. Look at those silly kids. And they all dressed up like the grown-ups. How silly was that? Very silly. Well, my next one is kind of silly too. The School Bus Driver from the Black Lagoon by Mike Thaler and pictures by Jared Lee. Has anybody read any of these books? They're some of my favorites. We're getting a new bus driver this morning. His name is T. Rex Fenderbender. I wonder if the T stands for Tyrannosaurus. What do you think? Eric heard that he's really a cruel bus driver and drives the Magic Ghoul Bus. Magic Ghoul Bus. How silly is that? And Derek heard he lets his guide dog do most of the driving. Can you really do that? Can guide dogs drive? Kind of silly. When you get on the bus, T-Rex tells you all the things he doesn't allow. No fighting, shouting, gum chewing, eating, dancing, sneezing, wheezing, coughing, humming, twitching, whining, talking, listening, blinking, smelling, inhaling, or exhaling. That's a lot. Anybody got a bus driver like this? It says, then he tells you that your seat cushions can be used as a flotation unit in the unlikely event of a water landing. Did anybody know that? That your seat cushion could be used as a flotation device in event that you have a water landing. The kids say that sometimes T-Rex drives like he's in the Indy 500. Has anybody got a bus driver that drives like the Indy 500? Or the Demolition Derby. That's crazy. Anybody got a bus driver that drives like it's a Demolition Derby? When he's not practicing for the Monster Truck Show. Oh my goodness, look at that school bus. Anybody seen a school bus like that before? Does any of your school buses have wheels like that? Driving to school can be a real drag. And when he puts on his helmet and shouts, "Let's see what this baby can do," you'll wish you hadn't eaten breakfast. Oh my goodness. I heard he collects stop signs and parking meters. He thinks the school bus is an off-road vehicle and that you're less likely to hit another car if you're on the sidewalk. Does anybody's bus driver drive on the sidewalk? He not only stops at all railroad tracks, he drives on them. Getting there is not half the fun. Oh no, look at that. Does anybody's bus driver drive like a choo-choo? Freddie says that if there's a flat, we have to change the tire. If the engine breaks down, we have to fix it. Does anybody else have these issues? Do they really make you get out and do that? Andy makes us pay for the gas out of our lunch money. Randy says sometimes he gets lost and won't ask for directions until you're in the boondocks. Has anybody had to give up gas money for the bus? Have you ever been lost? Eventually, they say you make it to school, but he doesn't stop. You have to jump out while he's moving. Anybody else have that problem? Uh-oh, there's the bus. It's stopping for me. The door's opening. Hey, he doesn't look so bad. I guess he left his dog at home today. He smiles and lets me sit up front. Then he closes the door, turns off the flasher, pulls in the stop sign, and slowly drives away. Doesn't seem so bad, does he? Boy, I wish he'd go faster. I've never been in the Indy 500. How silly was that? Very silly. And you can also check out, there's other books about the Black Lagoon, and there's the custodian, the cafeteria lady, the new kid, the art teacher. Real good books. I love them. Okay, well, are you excited about your first day? Are you a little nervous? Got a little jittery, little butterflies in your tummy? Well, you're not the only one. These critters do too. First Day Critter Jitters, written by Jory John and illustrated by Liz Climo. Anybody got the critter jitters? Got a little jitters, a little rumbly in your tummy? A little nervous? Well, let's see what they're nervous about. Am I nervous about the first day of school? I mean, sure. After all, have you ever seen how slowly sloths walk? Like I probably should have left yesterday. Trust me, you don't want to be late on the first day of school. Look, he's sitting there writing sentences. I will get to school on time. I will get to. How many more times do I have to write this? 998. So you don't want to be late for your first day of school. Why am I pacing back and forth? I'll tell you why. I literally spent all of last night and this morning trying to get a backpack onto my body. Guess what? It didn't work, dude. You think it's kind of hard? Look, he's got tape. Tried to tape it, tried to use a belt. Poor little guy. It says, how, oh how will I carry my art supplies? Where will I put my stuff? Are you worried about that? Is your backpack big? Is it heavy? Can you carry it? It says, why am I so anxious? Because they're bigger than me. Who's they? All of them. Oh, do you got that worry too, that everybody will be bigger than you? Am I tense? Yeah. I haven't really spent a great deal of time outside of the pouch, to be quite honest. So this is going to be new for me. Also, I'm cold and I miss my mom. Maybe next year I'll be ready. Do you feel his grief? He's been there with Mama this whole time, and now he's got to go to school. Sometimes we miss our mamas when they drop us off, don't we? But you know what the good thing is? Mommies always come back and pick us up. I'm feeling skittish. Here's why. I have a tendency to repeat things that other animals say. Like one time somebody said to me, please stop talking just this once. And then I kept repeating, please stop talking just this once. Please stop talking just this once. Please stop talking just this once. Please stop talking. I have a feeling that's not going to fly at school. Hey, you cut in line. 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 Do you worry you might not say the right things? I worry that I won't be able to see the chalkboard. How big are chalkboards, by the way? Ugh. Me, well, as you can see, I'm not coming out. Can't. I just dream about school instead. Anybody have those worries? Anybody just want to stay in bed? A little too nervous? I have a lot of energy, like a lot of energy. So what if I'm in class and I want to hop around, but I have to sit still instead? I just have so much energy. Time out. Is it hard sometimes to have to sit still and listen? Why, sure it is. But do we got to learn? We do, because it makes us not pay attention if we're up running around, right? It says, so yeah, I've already been traveling towards the bus stop for 20 minutes. And I'm still at my front door. I should really learn how to ride a bike. Sheesh. Bye-bye, backpack. Bye-bye, lunch. Bye-bye, heart supplies. I'm exhausted. Aren't I supposed to be hibernating right now? Can't stop hopping, so much energy. Can't stop hopping, so much energy. Can't stop hopping, so much. My eyelids won't stop closing. I'm almost to the sidewalk. I can do this. Just a few more blocks to go. Yes, feel the burn. Right now, my mom and I would be reading a book together and drinking hot chocolate with marshmallows. Do buses have hot chocolate? Do you have any of these concerns? Do you have other concerns? Sigh. Oh. Do you see them all in their different places? On the bus, in the classroom. They're so worried. Gulp. Excuse me, do you know what that rock is doing up there? Do you see it? Does it look like a rock? Might be a rock, maybe not. Hello? Anybody home? Maybe it's sleeping. I mean, I get it. Oh, yes. Good morning, everybody. I'm a teacher, Miss Sherwood. Miss Sherwood. What is Miss Sherwood? Do you know? Did you say armadillo? Whoa! Did that rock just start talking? It's a talking rock. I'm no rock. As you'll see once I'm unfurled, I'm actually an armadillo. But I think I'm going to remain in this ball shape, at least for a little bit. That's sort of how I roll, no pun intended, when I'm nervous. You're nervous? But we're nervous. Do you think your teachers are nervous? Do you think they're worried? I bet they are a little. Well, yes, I feel a bit silly about this, but I have plenty to be nervous about. The truth is, I'm rather forgetful. What if I can't remember all of your names? What if I forget the last thing I said? What if I can't recall where I put the chalk? Don't worry, Miss Sherwood. I may be a tiny mouse, but I have the memory of an elephant, and I'll help you remember our names using a mimic device. For example, my name is Chauncey, and I like cheese. See how that works? Chauncey and cheese. Do you think your teacher worries she might not remember your name? Do you think she worries that she might forget what she's supposed to be teaching? And I'll repeat everything you say, even when you don't want me to. See how that works? See how that works? And I'll be on chalk duty. Miss Sherwood, you have to come out of that ball. I'm so excited about everything you have to teach us. I can barely contain myself. Listen, Miss Sherwood, I know how you feel. Sometimes it feels safer in the pouch or ball, but we're all in this together. Yes, I suppose you're right. Thank you, everybody. I'm feeling much better already. Now, how about that mimic device? Charlie, was it? Did she get it right? My name is Nellie, and I like naps. You can share my textbook. Munch, munch, munch. Does that look like a fun school day they had? It does look like super fun, doesn't it? It says, the teacher let me sit in the front row and the chalkboard was clear. I just saw a hummingbird. He's the same size as me. I somehow managed to stay awake so far. I guess my backpack wasn't all that important. I sat still at least for a little while, and now it's recess, so I can run around a lot. Being out of the pouch isn't so scary after all. Being out of the pouch isn't so scary after all. Being out of the pouch isn't so scary after all. Being out of the pouch. Do they look like they're having fun at recess? And look, it wasn't so scary after all. I taught my first class and it went pretty well. Nice. We did it. Nice. Did they make it through the first day? And there really wasn't anything to worry about, was there? Hi, am I late? Well, there's always tomorrow, and I have an idea. Look who didn't make it. Who else likes sloths? Are they funny because of how slow they go? The next day, whee! Look at him. Who's he riding on? Kind of silly, right? How fun was that? Did that help take away some of your little butterflies in your belly about the first day? Well, here's another one about your first day. And maybe you're worried you might not know your teacher. I know some of you are going to be meeting your teachers maybe tomorrow. And I know you're kind of excited and nervous. And maybe you think they may not be very nice. Or maybe you've heard they were kind of scary or mean. Let's see how this one goes. My New Teacher and Me by Al Yankovic. Illustrations by Wes Hardress. Are you excited to have a new teacher? I know we loved our teacher last year, but we get a new teacher. The first day of school, it was finally here. I wondered who'd be my new teacher this year. Then, at 8:30 sharp, a tall stranger walked in. He stood by the chalkboard and he stroked his long chin. He said, "I'm Mr. Booth, and I'm happy to say I'll be teaching you all about fractions today. Now open your textbooks to page number 3. And that's when he stopped, and he stared right at me. He said, "You, young man, why's that filth on your shirt? You can't come in my classroom all covered with dirt." I said, "Hi, nice to meet you, sir. Billy's the name. See, a funny thing happened before the bus came." Does anybody else go to school with dirt all over their shirt? I was digging to China out in my backyard, and I almost was there when I hit something hard. Well, I dug and I dug and I dug a bit more and discovered the skull of a real dinosaur. And I would have cleaned up, sir, but hey, I'm no fool. I just couldn't be late on the first day of school. Anybody else dug to China in their backyard before? Found a dinosaur skull? Looks kind of fun. For a second or two, Mr. Booth kind of froze. Then he walked up to me and he looked down his nose. "I don't tolerate nonsense. No, not 1 degree. And your story sounds highly unlikely to me." "Why, of course it's unlikely," I said. "Oh, by far. The awesomest things in the world often are." So do you think his teacher believes him? For instance, this friend of my third cousin Ned's got a farm where the dairy cows each have 2 heads. They're so highly unlikely the tourists all stop just to take their own pictures at $3 a pop. Anybody else seen a 2-headed cow before? More than one 2-headed cow? "Completely ridiculous," sneered Mr. Booth. "Please stop wasting our time and just stick to the truth." "Well, the truth can seem crazy, like the day in June when my grandfather famously walked on the moon." Kind of silly. "And he played ukulele while flying a kite. It was on all the papers. You've heard of it, right?" "You what?" "My grandfather even implied someday he might take me along for the ride." Anybody else read that story? class started cheering, take us too. Then Mr. Boo bristled and snapped, that'll do. Pure poppycock. Class, please be quiet. Be still. He is not going off to the moon. Never will. That's all right, I told him. The moon is okay, but I've been to a much cooler place anyway. What would be cooler than the moon? What do you think? I just went on vacation with my dad and mom to an island somewhere between Norway and Guam, where the blueberry muffins grow right on the trees and you flip inside out every time that you sneeze. All the rabbits say moo and the poodles go neigh, and the traffic light colors are pink, blue, and gray. Does that sound silly? Anybody ever seen a blueberry muffin tree? That'd be cool though, wouldn't it? I'd plant one. Oh, and every third Thursday about 1:30, all the gravity stops. Wow, is that ever fun? There's a squid eating contest, and hey, if you win it, they let you be king for exactly 1 minute. Then everyone does what you tell them to do. Man, I sure hope we get to go back next year too. Does that look silly? Oops. Can you see it? Pretty crazy. Mr. Booth didn't care for that story one bit. He furrowed his brow and he said, okay, that's it. Admit that your stories are simply absurd. I just do not believe them, not one single word. Do you believe his stories? Then I cleared my throat and said, well, sir, you know, just cause you don't believe doesn't mean it's not so. Just cause you can't imagine it doesn't mean that it simply can't be or won't ever be seen. I'll bet every great thinker and leader we've got could see all kinds of things other people could not. So then why get upset if somebody like me tries to look at the world just a bit differently? Enough, Mr. Booth said. No more of these stunts. You'll march straight to the principal's office at once. Something slipped from my book as I walked to the door. Mr. Booth picked it up. What do you think's going to happen? And his jaw hit the floor. It was me and a cow with not one head but two. Oh, I said, I was planning to give that to you. It's a little good luck gift. I got it for free. He stared hard at the photo, then looked back at me. Ever had your photo taken with a two-headed cow? I avoided the principal's office that day. In fact, old Mr. Booth put my gift on display. He steals a quick glance at it once in a while, and I'm not even kidding. I once saw him smile. We should get along fine, and it's certainly clear there's a lot we'll be teaching each other this year, like how all my stories are perfectly true. Do you think all his stories are perfectly true? Except for, well, maybe a detail or two. Isn't that silly? Very silly. Well, those are my back to school books. But my last one, have you ever tried to do something or wanted to do something that maybe was kind of impossible? Well, this little guy here has tried to do something that's maybe impossible for him. It's called Flight School by Lita Judge. And what is that little guy? Do you know what he is? Well, they're going to tell us. I was hatched to fly, said Penguin. When does classes start? But you, dear, are a penguin, teacher replied. Undeniably, said Penguin, but I have the soul of an eagle. Do penguins fly? They don't, do they? Teacher and Flamingo weren't so sure, but they let Penguin stay. Flight practice started immediately. Like this, flip, flap, flap, and up, up, up. Have you ever tried to fly? Penguin and the other birdies practiced for weeks. He's flapping his little wings, isn't he? His little flippers. At last, all the birdies were cleared for their first flight. One by one, they took to the wind, and then it was Penguin's turn. Geronimo! Where do you think he's going to land? Doesn't look like he's staying in the air. Glob. Do penguins like to swim? They do, don't they? I'm sorry, Birdie, said Teacher. Penguins just aren't built to fly. Is he a little sad? He really wants to. How can this be true, thought Penguin. In my heart, I live on the wind. But as he watched his classmates fly high above, he knew it was time to go home. Penguin was too broken-hearted to even wave goodbye. His teachers didn't know what to do. Poor little sad penguin. He just wants to fly. Then Flamingo had an idea. Wait! Look what they've done. Did they tie some feathers on him? What's it look like they tied him up with? Do you see it? The little bobber? Is it fishing line and feathers? It is. Let's try this again. Flip, flap, flip, flap, flap. Look at him. He's running for takeoff. And up, up, up. Suddenly, Penguin was soaring above the sea and the clouds. Is he flying? Penguin was right. He did have the soul of an eagle. He just needed a little help with the technical parts. Who's helping him? What a nice friend. He's having a good time though, isn't he? But however he felt inside, he still had the body of a little round. Where's he going? Penguin. Look at him. Did he crash? But Penguin didn't care. He had soared on the wind just as he had done in his dreams. He left flight school a happy little penguin. It wasn't long before he came back. Does anybody know what that bird is in his boat? Could be. My friend Ostrich has the soul of a swallow. Eep. Does anybody know? Can ostriches fly? How big are they? Do you know? One of the biggest birds we have, and they don't fly. How cute was that? Well, I wish you good luck on your first day of school, and I hope you have fun, and I hope you enjoyed story time. And today is National Book Lovers Day, so get out, come to the library, check out a new book, find a book at your home in your library. Just enjoy a book today. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again next week. Goodbye.